Alright, how to open a door 101. This is usually closed. There's two doors. And when it is closed, you've got a lock right there. And there's the bottom lock, the middle lock where you're going to use your key. And then we've got this lock. And what happens when you flip that switch up, there's a bar. You see it right there. It goes up into the frame. Same way for the one on the bottom. So I restored these doors a few months ago and came back, and there you go. Obviously I had to repair this before I left, because if this floor has got a bow to it, okay, and that's the foundation. This church is 150 years old, so that's not perfectly flat, so it's got a bow to it. So when I installed the threshold, I had to trim the bottom of this door in order for it to close properly. Whoops. And then open back up. Rubs a little bit, but for the most part, there's nothing wrong with this door. And before it was restored, that bottom lock didn't work. It was so swollen up, the old threshold and the door, they would use the top lock, but the bottom lock would never line up with the hole, and so you'd have to push so hard to get that to open, because it would be bound up. So like I said, when I restored these doors, got a new threshold, I trimmed the bottom of that door so it would be able to close and open properly. And believe it or not, I fixed this twice, because it happened once right after I did it. They broke it again because nobody's unlocking the bottom lock. Okay, so that bar is pushing out and it just busts through the door. It was there before I restored the door. I glued that piece back in. I actually nailed it in. Had to do some Bondo repair there. But all in all, it looked good. Okay, you know, you wouldn't normally see it coming out of the church. But they keep letting people open these doors and they don't unlock the bottom lock. So they unlock the top one, try to push it, and it just busted it up. So, I mean, come on, guys. Look at that. What am I gonna do with that? You can see, well, there's my nails. I don't know if you can see that, but nail and a nail. There's probably one down there somewhere, but I don't even know. And they just keep doing it. And what's funny is this strip here, that's not a strip that's nailed onto the edge of that door, or this door. That is part of how it was cut. This is all one piece of wood. This little edge and this is one piece of wood. So they've managed to even see the daylight. That's not because it's coming unnailed, it's because they're actually ripping the wood. And that's actually a little bit better, because I kind of kicked it shut, but you can see daylight through that gap. There you go. This is one carved piece of wood that attaches, you know, so I don't even know how you do that. How hard do you have to push on a door before you realize you didn't unlock it at the bottom? How far do you got to break it? So I don't know. We'll figure it out. The door handles, yay. I'm not, I don't know what to tell them. I've already told them once, and I had to refix that, and then I come back a couple months later. There's nothing left to nail to. Christ, I'm afraid to leave it, because it'll fall off and then somebody will throw this away. And I'm gonna try to fix this again, but it ain't gonna be today. I'll glue it back in, put some nails in it. What are you gonna do? That's what happens. Nobody gives a shit.